Hey everybody, welcome to the Creativity Cave. I have a really cool fun fold to share with you tonight. This card features two bundles. First, I've got the Celebration Tidings bundles, which have these awesome dies, which are 50% off right now. And I think this card layout is so cool. You're going to want to be able to make these. So make sure you add this to your order. I also am featuring the Snowflake Wishes bundle, and I really like this stamp set. It will continue to be available along with the dies, but I thought that this card was just so awesome. And whether you wanted to make this as a Christmas card or as like a thank you card for after the holidays, it will be perfect. So what you're going to need, oh, by the way, should I show you the fun fold part? So here we go. Let me undo this. And then you open this up, and then this sweet message is on the inside. So a really fun little surprise on the inside, which I just love. Let me show you how I put this together. I'm going to start with a die cut label. So this was from the Celebration Labels. 50% off, you guys. You can't go wrong with that. So I'm going to take the second to largest one of those. I die cut that from my Snowflake Splendor DSP. And then I'm going to cut this in half. And to do that, I'm just going to line the little notch at the top and bottom in the little channel on my Stampin' Trimmer, and then cut that in half. I also want to take and put a score line on here. So I'm going to go to 5/8 of an inch. So there's a 1/2 inch, and then I'll go over to 5/8, just past a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to give that a score on both pieces. So a 1/2 plus 5/8. Okay. Now I also am going to use a 4 inches by 10.5 inch piece of of Misty Moonlight cardstock, and I'm going to score that at 5¼ inches. Okay, and then this is the portion that will open up. So let me just burnish this with my bone folder, and likewise I will burnish the scores on my die cut with my bone folder. Okay, now I'm going to adhere these to the back of this panel, and I want them to meet right in the center, the little notches right here. And I also want to do a little stamping. So to make sure I get my stamping okay, I'm going to do the stamping first so that if I mess up, I can flip it over and use the other side. All right, so from the Celebration Tidings, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which is just for you. And like I said, this would make a great thank you card or a great Christmas card, depending on where you're at. I mean, it's just a few days till Christmas, but no judging if you're not done. Okay, so then I'm going to also take these two little swooshy stamps, which I thought kind of went great with the snowflakes, and we'll stamp those at the bottom. So I used Misty Moonlight ink on my Misty Moonlight cardstock. Now my stamping looks great, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere these little pieces to the back side here. So I'll put some seal going down the line. And the best thing to do is adhere that first one, make sure it fits okay, and then line the second one up. Just kind of position it correctly and then adjust if necessary so they kind of meet right in the middle. And then there we go. Okay, so then I will open this up, and then I'm going to do some stamping on a piece of Whisper White. This piece is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I'm going to stamp in Night of Navy, Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. And like I said, a thank you sentiment would be perfect inside this card as well. So it's kind of whatever you need it to be. I'm also going to take some Seaside spray and add a little sprinkling of snowflakes here at the top and at the bottom, like so. And then I will also add a couple of stamped images. I'm going to add one more color to the mix, which is Highland Heather. And so we'll add that. Maybe a small snowflake in my Night of Navy ink and a medium snowflake in my Misty Moonlight, and maybe just a few more snowflakes in Seaside spray just to kind of fill it out. So there we go. Now I will adhere all of that stamping to the inside of my card, like so, and that fits in there perfect. Okay, now next up I want to tie this closed. Okay, so I'll take some ribbon, and I'm using the Misty Moonlight ribbon. This is in the annual catalog. You can also use the iridescent ribbon that's in the holiday catalog, because that's really pretty as well. And take and give that a trim. And then I'm going to tie this in a bow so that I can redo this. Now, if you aren't comfortable with tying bows, that's okay. You can simply tie a knot, and that will certainly work just fine. Okay, so that looks great. I did the tails a little shorter than on my first sample card, because those were pretty long. All right, and the last step is simply to adhere this to a quarter sheet of Night of Navy. And that quarter sheet is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, and when I do that, I have myself one fantastic fun fold card. I just love how this turned out. Now I can add a little fun to this. I'm going to move my ink pads real quick and give this a little spritzing, because anything with snowflakes deserves spritzing in my opinion. So I'm just going to take my clear Wink Estella and smack this against my bone folder. And when I do that, I get some shimmer spritz on my card, and oh, everything's better when it spritzes. So there you go. Now, all of the supplies that I used to create this project are featured in the links in the description of this video. If you could give me a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other awesome videos, I'd really appreciate it. Meet me back here tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. for my live with the Creativity Cave, and we're going to stamp some awesome projects. And of course, as always, I really appreciate your business. Your orders help support my business. They help support my family, and I would love to be your demonstrator. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help you. Have a great evening, and I'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.